What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about fighters that I want to lose their next fight. That's right, I'm going to go through one fighter in every division that if I could choose, they lose their next fight. If I could pick one fighter out of every division to guaranteed take a loss in their next fight, these are the guys that I'm picking for various reasons. Maybe I hate them, maybe I want their next opponent to win. Could be a variety of those things. But yeah, let's get into it, starting with the flyweight division. So for flyweight, I'm going to go with Muhammad Mokaev. Now, do not look at this theme that I'm going to go with for some of these fighters. It's not just because of that. It's mostly because out of the flyweight division, there's not really many people that I hate. And I don't hate Mokaev, but I would just say I like him the least out of everyone else. Like, I'm looking at it, I don't want Pantoja to lose, I don't want Moreno, Royval, I don't care. Maybe Albazi, that could be a shout. But apart from that, like, maybe Tagir Ulanbekov. But, like, apart from that, there's not really any fighters. Flyweight's just that dead that no one has any, like, strong feelings about any flyweights. Like, apart from maybe Mokaev, does anyone, like, hate anyone at flyweight? Let me know in the comments. I feel like no one talks in the division. Like, the whole division is dead. So there's just no one to really, like, feel strongly about. But I am going to go with Mokaev. He is fighting Manel Kape, the based one himself, and I do want Manel Kape to just deliver some absolute gold at the press conference and then, like, knock him out or just school him over 3 rounds and then get a title shot. Because I want to see Manel Kape on a pay-per-view stage again at a press conference, shit-talking whoever it is, Pantoja, anyone, I don't care. But if he wins against Mokaev, then I do think he gets a title shot next, just because Pantoja's pretty much beat everyone. So yeah, make this fight, well, not make a fight, it's already happened, but hopefully when this fight happens, if it does happen, if both of them make weight and both of them don't pull out, then we see a Manel Kape W and we see a Muhammad Mokaev L, and then we can get Manel Kape and another based post-fight speech, and he'll probably call all of London or all of Manchester, the FAGGOT word. That's what he's going to call them. But let's move on to the Bantamweight division. Next up for Bantamweight, I'm going with Umar Nurmagomedov. Now, this is where I urge you, don't come in the comments and say it's because they're all Dagestani, because there are going to be fighters on here that aren't Dagestani. I've gone with an even split. I'll just give you a little spoiler. I've gone with 4 people that are Dagestani and 4 people that are not. So there you go. It's not all Dagestanis here. I haven't just picked out every Russian in each division. But I would say Umar Nurmagomedov is the guy at Bantamweight I want to lose most. Now, I don't like O'Malley that much, but I don't, like, hate him to the point where I'm like, geez, I really want to see this guy lose. Same, like, I like Jan, I like Corey Sandhagen, and that's who Umar's fighting. That's mostly why, that's a big part of the reason, is because I really want Corey to win, and therefore, that means I really want Umar to lose. But, like, I don't know, Cheeto Vera I don't care about. But some of those, like, the guys that have lost, like, I would have put Cejudo or someone like that, because I don't like Cejudo, but I don't really care about him, because, like, he's already lost a few times, and it's not like he's got that much relevance. It's like, I don't want Umar to get a win here, and then all the Dagestani glazers jump on his cock for the fucking 20th time and be like, I told you, man, this is Khabib at Bantamweight, man. Like, we're going to get Joe Rogan. People forget, man, it's like Khabib at Bantamweight. It's like, shut up. And so then all of the Umar fucking glazers that have somehow been justifying his number 9 ranking despite not beating a single top 15 opponent, they're all going to be like, I told you, man. I told you he was going to be a top 5 guy, man. He wins the title if he fights for it, man. Like, that's what they're going to be saying. So I just really don't want Umar to win. And yeah, apart from that, there's not many other people at Bantamweight. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with this pick. Because, like, who else is there at Bantamweight to, like, really want to lose? Like, there's not really anyone. But I would say Umar is the guy, because I don't want all the fucking daggy glazers to jump on his nuts again and then be able to go, I told you so, man, I told you. So yeah, that's mostly what I'm going with here. But let's move on to the featherweight division. Now, I'm going to go with Ilia Topuria for the featherweight division. And now, this is mostly because, and I won't be scared to admit it, it's because he beat our little Volk. He beat little Volky. I don't know why I'm saying this as if Volk's not a fucking professional fighter and I'm just some dude talking about UFC on YouTube. But he beat our little Volk, and that don't sit well with me. So stand up. I can't even do. I can't do a Volk impression because I'm already Australian, so I can't, like, exaggerate an Australian accent as an Australian. It doesn't work. But, like, he beat Volk. That's not okay. So I want Ilia to lose. Whether it be to Volk in a rematch, I would love to see that. That would be tremendous. If Holloway whooped him for 5 rounds, that would also be rather ideal. Fucking hell, even at this point, Evloev I wouldn't even mind, just because I know Evloev's a more beatable guy. Like, Volk can smoke Evloev. Like, I know Evloev's not going to beat Ilya, but anyone to do it. Diego Lopez even. Like, just give us anyone that can beat Ilya, because I just don't want this guy to be some 20-0 undefeated guy with 5 title defenses, and then he retires. And everyone's like, he was the GOAT of the sport, man. He could have kept going for another 10 years if he wanted to, just like they did with fucking Khabib. Like, the person gets, like, he's going to get, like, 3 defenses. He's going to defend maybe against, like, Volk in a rematch, and then maybe, like, Max, and then, like, Evloev, and then he's just going to dip and be like, I did everything I needed to. It's going to be fucking annoying. But yeah, I don't want Ilya to win his next fight. I hope he loses whoever he fights, honestly. I don't like Movzar, but if it means that we get rid of Ilya as champ, even though it's fucking annoying, because, look, Ilya as a fighter is sick. Ilya as, like, a star potential in the sport is great. He's got a great, like, star potential. He's got a great thing to bring to the sport. He's a good person in terms of bringing eyes to the sport and making big fights. But I just don't want him as champion, because I don't like him, and he's being a cunt, to be honest. Let's move on, though, to the next division. Now, for lightweight, I'm going with Islam Makhachev. Now, yes, it's another Dagestani. Pump the brakes. But again, if I look through the lightweight rankings, there's just no one that I really dislike a lot. Like, I don't like Arman Tsarukyan, so I was considering putting him, but also, Islam's the one that's got the fight booked. Islam's the one that's fighting Poirier, and it would be sick to see Poirier shine bright like a diamond and get the guillotine or win by any means necessary. So that's kind of why. And even though I'm not even like a massive Poirier fan, like if you said you could pick a fighter to win the belt at lightweight, Poirier wouldn't be my first choice. He wouldn't be my second choice. Probably wouldn't even be my third choice. But it's just the fact that he's the next guy up to fight Islam, and I want Islam to lose. Again, he KO'd our little Volky, and that don't sit well with me. So yeah, we need to see Islam lose. And again, I don't want this guy to I don't want the Dagestani Glazers to be like, Inshallah, father's plan, he will never lose again. They piss me off. And he's going to be like, this was father's plan, Inshallah, alhamdulillah, he will beat everyone and retire with 1 loss on his career and go herd sheep in a fucking paddock. Like, that's what his career is going to be. He's going to get like 2 more wins and then retire and be like, alhamdulillah, this was my last fight. I've done good things in this sport, but I need to be with my mother now. It's like, fuck off. So yeah, I want Islam to lose before he goes. That's the thing. Same with a lot of other guys. I'm going to talk about one of them in a bit, but it's the same with all these undefeated guys that are either champion or potential champions. I don't want these guys to stay undefeated and then all the alhamdulillahs just be like, father's plan, brother, father's plan. Like, shut up. Let's move on, though, to the welterweight division. Now, welterweight, I know you guys are not going to agree with this pick, and everyone's going to come at me in the comments and say, what do you mean you don't want to see Ian Gary lose? And I'm like, no. I mean, I want to see Ian Gary lose, but this is the fighter in each division that I want to lose the most. Like, if I could pick one top 15 guy to lose their next fight and the rest of them win, I'm picking Colby to lose. I fucking hate this guy. Cannot stand him. I've been on the hating Colby train for a while. It's not a new thing. I'm not like some people. Like, I know MMA Guru used to be a big fan of him, and now he's started to go off and, like, go in the other direction. I have always just hated Colby. I've always found him cringe. I always hate the fake personality shtick, which it's obviously an act, but it's annoying because now it started to, like, it goes from being an act to then him almost, like, not wanting it to be an act, so he tries to make it not an act. Like, the other day he was talking on some podcast, like, you know, when you're genuine, when you mean what you say and when you don't care what other people think, you know, it's great. Like, you're not genuine. Like, fuck off. So yeah, this guy's always pissed me off. Not saying I don't want Ian Gary to lose, but I'm happy with Ian Gary losing at any time. As long as he loses at some point, if we see this guy fucking flatline KO'd in any point in his career, it won't matter to me. But Colby's like, I do not want to see this guy go loss, win. Because if he gets another win, guess what? This fuckhead is sitting out for another year and calling for a title shot and saying, I don't want to fight down in the rankings, man. That doesn't make sense for my career. Like, I'm looking up. I'm trying to fight for the belt. You know, Leon is a scrub. I know I'm better than that guy. Like, I know this is not a good Colby impression, but that's what he says. Like, I'm not doing the voice right, but I'm doing the fucking words. I'm saying that's what he would say. Like, because that's what he's doing right now. Even though this fuckhead is coming off a loss, he's being like, what does Ian do for my career? That guy, he came off a split decision against the boss boy. Like, shut up. You're not in a fucking high school movie, cunt. So yeah, I want Colby to lose. I want him to get fucking slept or just beaten up. And it would honestly be more funny. Like, if you say left lane, who do you want to win? Colby or Ian. I'm saying I want Ian Gary to win. I want Colby to just not be able to fucking speak ever again. Because if Colby beats Ian, he could then go on to lose a rematch to Leon or something like that. It won't matter. Unless he gets like flatline KO'd, it won't matter. He'll be able to still chat shit. But with Ian, he can lose at any moment and it won't. And then it's wraps. As soon as he loses, it's wraps. But Colby, he's managed to get himself into a point where he can just talk himself out of like bad public perception, even though his last fight was shit. He talked so much shit and then shat the bed in the fucking octagon. And again, if this guy gets fucking 30-26'd by Ian Gary, he can never speak another word. It can't happen. If it's a split decision, that's the only way this guy would get away with a loss and not have his complete reputation gone and tarnished. But I want him to just get beaten up or just KO'd by... If it's not Ian Gary, I want him to get KO'd. If it's Ian Gary, I want to see this guy get 30-26 just so he can't ever speak another word again. And he will do what the UFC fucking tell him or retire. And either of those options is good. So yeah, Colby Rant, I should have like titled... I should have made this the title and then just in brackets, Colby Rant. But yeah, this is honestly the main pick of the video, even though it's not on the thumbnail. Colby, I want him to lose so badly. Let's move on though to the middleweight division. Next up for middleweight, botched. It's Israel Adesanya. Yeah, I want him to lose very much. I think you guys can agree with this pick. I don't think anyone wants to see Israel Adesanya, unless you're one of these dick riders that's like on Twitter, like that Kenny dude. I just posted about him in my community post. It's the biggest retardation I've ever seen. But this guy was coping so much when he lost to Strickland. I'm talking about Kenny. Izzy too. But yeah, all the Izzy fans and Izzy himself, they cope beyond belief anytime he loses. They'll act like he's the GOAT of the sport. They'll act like he's like... They'll bring up his fucking anime annoying little storyline bullshit. This is the part of my story. Botched. This is part of my story where I get exposed for touching dogs. Botched. So yeah, Izzy, his fans are actually ridiculous. They are incapable of being like, oh, hang on. Yeah, maybe this guy touching a dog's penis is a bit weird. Like, they'll just be like, no, what do you mean, man? He wasn't even touching it that much. Like, they're just odd. So a lot of this is because I hate his fans. But yeah, again, Izzy, I don't want him to just have another one of the speeches like, he who lost best. Botched. Like, trust. Like, I had the last laugh, like the Joker. Trust. Like, can this guy just shut up and go away? Because anytime I think he's about to be done and he's going to lose 2 in a row, and if he loses 2 in a row, then it's just celebration time. But every time he either, like, you lose and he bounces back with a win and he's like, this is part of my storyline. I manifested this. Botched. So yeah, I want him to lose. I want Drickus to sleep him. You want to know the funny thing is, if it wasn't Izzy, I kind of want Drickus to lose his next fight just because MMA Guru glazes him so much, and I just want to, like, I don't even hate Drickus. It's just because, like, I want to see MMA Guru cope about something. But Izzy's not the guy I want to do it. If it was anyone else, like, I don't like Hamzat. I don't like Costa. I don't like these guys. But I would, like, I actually kind of want to see them beat him just so MMA Guru can cope and it'll be funny. But Izzy's not the guy. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much glaze MMA Guru is doing. I want Izzy to lose to him. So yeah, I want Izzy to lose his next fight, hopefully by KO. If not, just get dominated, get beaten up. But yeah, that would be great. Let's move on though to the light heavyweights. For light heavyweight, I'm going to go with Magomed Ankalaev. Now, don't get me twisted. I don't hate Magomed Ankalaev. Like, I've got no real issue with the guy. He's not actually that boring of a fighter. He's not no Makayev or anything like that. But I don't know. I just don't like him, and I don't want the Dagestanis to have another champion. They've already taken lightweight. They've already ruined that division. I'm not fully serious here. Like, they're still fun fighters. I just don't like them. But Magomed, I just don't want him to... We've got Pereira as champion, and I don't want that to change. We've got Yuri at the top. Like, if Ankalaev becomes the champion, or if he wins his next fight against, like, Yuri... Okay, honestly, if it was Ankalaev versus Jamal Hill, I don't care. Either one can win because I don't like Jamal Hill either. And I was considering him for this video, and I was going to say I want him to lose to Khalil, but now Khalil Roundtree is out of that fight because he popped. But yeah, Magomed Ankalaev, definitely not a fan at all. He KO'd Johnny Walker on my birthday when I picked Johnny Walker to win. If you guys go watch my 1 year of YouTube Q&A video right at the start, you'll see the clip of me reacting to that. I was very upset, not even because I like Walker that much. I just wanted to get that pick right, and it was on my birthday too, so he ruined my pick, my main event pick on my birthday. But yeah, Magomed, I don't know, he's just boring. He's got no personality. And it's mostly just because the guys who he's going to fight next is like either Pereira or probably Yuri. Like, I wouldn't see him fighting anyone else. So I want him to lose. Yeah, hopefully that happens. Let's move on, though, to the heavyweight division. Front and center on the thumbnail. You guys already know for heavyweight, it's Jonathan Jones. He's pissing me off beyond belief. And mostly, look, if this was against Aspinall, obviously I want him to lose. But it's amplified by the fact that he's fighting Stipe next, and the fact that he's obviously trying to fight the easier guy. You saw him yapping on Twitter saying, look how many title defenses me and Stipe have compared to Aspinall. It's like, yeah, because they've never fought for the belt. How many title defenses did you have when you fought Shogun? None, exactly. So quit yapping. He's acting like that means anything. Like, yes, you're not able to get title defenses if you don't fight for the belt. Like, no shit. But, like, Aspinall, apart from the Blades loss, he's undefeated at heavyweight in the UFC. He's beaten, like, how many top 15 guys he beat? Pavlovich, Spivak, Tabora, Volkov. He's beaten 4 top 15 guys. Guess what? That's 3 more than you, buddy. But whatever. John Jones, we know. He's trying to duck Tom Aspinall. He's trying to duck any difficult matchup. Because he does, and even he literally said, I want Curtis Blades to win. He knows he wants Blades to win. Obviously, he tried to say, I want the American wrestler to win. No, you want Blades to win because obviously the UFC is going to have no interest in you versus Blades, and no one will care about that. Because if Blades beats Aspinall, he's got a free path with no criticism to go beat Stipe and leave. And people will say that he's being annoying and we still won't like it, but no one's going to be like, boy, you got to stick around and fight Blades, man. He's the next guy. Like, Blades is lost. He's been KO'd. But if Aspinall runs through Blades, at least then he could retire, but at least there'll still be that pressure. And then John Jones fans won't be able to be like, see, man, look what Blades did to him. Jones would have mauled him. Like, honestly, I think Blades is a harder matchup than Jones. Blades is a harder matchup for Aspinall than Jones at this point in their careers. I don't think Jones is that good. It's going to be one of those rare occasions where Stipe and Jones, the 2 guys fighting for the belt, are not even the 2 best guys in the weight class. Probably not even the best 4 guys, honestly. Actually, no, because Jones is better than Garn, obviously. But I think Blades, I think Aspinall, and I think Pavlovich are all better at this point in their careers than Jones and Stipe. I think all 3 of those would beat Jones and Stipe. I said it. Sucks for you if you hate that statement. But yeah, we want to see John Jones lose. We don't want these champions to be able to retire, quote unquote, undefeated. We know he lost to Reyes and he's got the DQ loss. But like recently and official losses on the record books, we want to see that KO, TKO, round 1, 2 minutes, 17 seconds, right hand KO, like from Tom Aspinall on his fucking Tapology, on his Sherdog. That's what we want. And if he beats Stipe and retires, that ain't going to happen. So we need him to either lose to Stipe, or I guess if he beats Stipe, stick around and then lose to Aspinall. But regardless, I don't care how it happens. If we see an L on John Jones's record in his next fight, that's all that matters to me. But that is the video done, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Easy, quick one today. Not as much yapping as normal. I actually didn't go over 20 minutes here, I think. But yeah, peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Bye.